upstream. So in those days, if you wanted to cross the river, you needed to find a waterman with a boat. Here to our right, one of London's many riverside pubs. This one's called the Anchor. There's been a pub on that site called the Anchor for more than 400 years. Parts of the original pub are still here today, and it's in this pub Shakespeare and his players, they would have used the attic as a changing room before performing in the Globe Theatre, which originally stood just behind that pub somewhere in Park Street. That's the Anchor to your right, just before we go beneath the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. Almost immediately ahead of us we can see the New London Bridge, the fourth London Bridge to stand on this site in the last 2,000 years. The previous bridge was sinking into the Thames mud. Very cleverly, we sold it to an American chap for £1 million. He bought it, shipped it out to America, and then later rebuilt it stone by stone on the edge of the Arizona desert over Lake Havasu as a tourist attraction. This is the new one, opened by our recently departed Queen. There's been a London Bridge on this site since AD 43. That was built by the Romans. Well, this might also interest our American friends. If you look to our right before we go beneath the bridge, you'll see between the buildings the Southwark Cathedral. This is one of the oldest places of worship in this part of England. Parts of that very building date back to the 12th century. Inside there you'll find the Harvard Chapel. This was named after a man called John Harvard. He was born and baptised here. He was the son of a local tradesman. He then emigrated to America and went on to be one of the founders to the Harvard University in Massachusetts, USA. That is where he was born and baptised, just there to your right. We pass beneath the New London Bridge, and above us here to our right we can see another of London's new modern buildings. This is the Shard. It looks like a shard of broken glass, the tallest building in Western Europe, over 1,000 feet tall, made up mainly of offices, but also restaurants, apartments and hotels. That was designed by the Italian architect Renzo Piano. Up to our left, we mentioned this a little bit earlier, this building is the Walkie Talkie. If you look very carefully, you can see at the top, there's people up there, look. That is the Sky Garden, a beautiful indoor botanical garden, 2 restaurants and a bar. And the best part about all of it is, it's completely free to go up and have a look. You don't pay any money at all. The Sky Garden. Ahead of us, we can see the large grey warship, HMS Belfast, the largest cruiser to be built for the Royal Navy during her time. Built in 1938 in the same shipyard in Ireland where they built the Titanic, the Harland and Wolff shipyard. She was commissioned for war in 1939 and she served all throughout World War II, most famously for her part in the chasing, shelling and eventual sinking of the German battleship, the Scharnhorst. She last fired those big guns in anger in the Korean War in the 50s, where she was the flagship for the United Nations. Now open to the public as a museum and of course a reminder to British sea power. Open 7 days a week with 9 wonderful decks to explore.